Hello, everybody. I'm gonna sit here just for a second and see if that title drags some of y'all in here. Cause, you know, from what I understand, it's generally them titles, them taglines that get y'all attention. Still, wait a minute. Before I really get started, I ain't gonna just stare in the computer and, cause I just really, I just really I generally be when I feel most inspired to come on here and get live. I'm usually at the plantation and stuff, and I might be on my break or what have you, reading some of the commentaries or some of the posts that you all make. But yeah, uh, what's good? I guess I'm just give a couple more seconds, before I really, I guess, address this shit for what it is, man. I really don't understand y'all folks, man. Well, I shouldn't speak in collective in the collective sense, but some of the things that it seems, and I really should. I don't know how y'all get down in your public life and what your offline life, I should say, and the conversations you have amongst your friends, or if you even have any friends at all that you deal with, or your co-workers and things of that nature, and the topics and subjects in which you talk about. And if you're talking to other black people, do you talk about the things that constructively affect your life, or do you just talk about meaningless dribble, such for example where let's say the man, the damn, I guess Trick is damn near pushing 50, and you want, and it's just so exciting to hear about what this fucker does in the bedroom. I mean, he actually, they asked him the question. I don't know, how it pretty much drifted around into, him getting in such intimate details about what he likes or nothing, and it's kind of funny because a lot. I kind of have. I'm not. I don't be in y'all bedroom. Some of y'all Negro males bedrooms either. But I kind of think that his honesty is what's really the most noteworthy part, because a lot of y'all niggas probably just be one of y'all broads to just go face first in and just get up in there. Get up in there, licking your asshole. Yeah, cause you're fucking freaks. You're fucking freaks, man. Cause some of you, I guess it's not really a problem for you for because I got to admit, I don't go about I don't have a desire to participate in analingus. That's the word. Not to not be confused with cunnilingus, analingus, because in a lot of cases, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't really. A lot of the practices, y'all, I kind of thirst a little different. I don't know whether it's come with the age or whatever. I mean, because everybody got their little thirst about themselves. But it used to be the game when you coming at a woman, you had a little bit more finesse to it. But I done seen approaches where, well, I done seen commentary. I done just overheard in circles where a nigga just use that as his main go-to. Man, I eat her ass. But then it's like, you look at the dude or whatever, and you be like, well, yeah, you probably would, cause you, for all intents and purposes, you done had COVID dick for years. That means that, and when I say that's for me saying, I say, well, your dick, uh, ain't got no sense of smell, and judging by who you be going up in, it ain't got no taste neither. But I digress. It just seems as if the algorithms of these social media platforms just pick the most mundane and insignificant, non-constructive things that don't do anything to fortify you mentally or spiritually whatsoever. You'll spend a whole day talking about Trick Daddy old ass getting ate the fuck out. And he put his leg up. He like it when he leg up, put his leg up. Some of y'all, and then the funny part about it, like I said, the books say, well, there's an erogenous zone in your rectum. Da, da, da. Y'all can have all that. Because like I said, talk about your keying, and check that ugly ass, who he check that ugly ass. But some of y'all niggas be up just like in damn in the 3-point buck, having them gals just getting in there, up in there, because you like the way it feels. Because it don't matter whether it's anything that's uh, just any old thing. Because I think back, I'm in the generation, the generation X, where I guess, as opposed to being an '80s baby, I was a '70s baby, and I was an '80s child. And when they talked about cunnilingus, because I'm sure white people or whomever else was eating out ass, for whatever. But the things that was pretty much in the forefront at that time, I guess the things that were taboo in the black community was one, getting your dick sucked by a girl, by a woman. I shouldn't say girl, in this current climate, they being fucked around and said some other shit and drew some wrong conclusion. And the other thing that was considered taboo was, eating a woman, eating pussy. Now, I'm not even gonna brag when I say it because it's just something that's been told to me. I'm fairly well endowed. I could put a ruler to mine. And from my mindset, it's always been okay as long as I got little words and I know how to seduce and finesse, know how to kiss her, rub on or whatever. You know, my Johnson. In the end, my Johnson is going to enable me to prevent me from having to, lick the kitty. And it worked, and it worked for a while. But after a while, I guess you could say, damn, when did this shit really start? Then when did this really just the candy licking really? Yeah, that's a good candy licker. When Marvin Seas made it, I lick you, around, baby, I lick you all around. Whoa, let me be your candy licker girl. Yeah, that when that same song came out, boy, that joint was a heavy rotation. And what that did was make them sisters curious. Till it got to the point where, if you wasn't packing or swinging right, then you had to be a little bit creative to try to keep, cause there's a lot of ways to catch, like you know the thing that was early this year was like the high value men and so on and so forth. You know, get your high value men. He make three figures, blase, woo, skippy, whoopty, 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 blam. But the thing about those guys is you can have all the money in the world, but if there are shortcomings in other areas that are fundamentally important in regards to maintaining a strong, intimate bond with a woman, then you may be able to catch him because of what you got, but can you keep him? You know, and and a good example, we'll talk about what's that? Stephen Curry's old man. He had his son is his son. Even though he was a professional ball player, and he had in I'm sure after all these years, I'm sure he has access to the triple figure assets, even in lieu of having his son. Um, but yet still, that high value wasn't enough for Mr. Charlie to tip around in the fancy slave quarters and snatch his missus, you know. So, but yeah, yeah, man. I, when I turn on my social medias and I look at the hot topics of the day, and I look in the furious passion and you know the structured arguments that are placed upon that are formed in order to just talk about the most mundane and insignificant of things. Now, if I fuck around and I try to have discussion about politics, about the persons that that before um, during this past election season, y'all was telling me it was so good. Y'all telling me, well, Mean Massa bad. We got to get Mean Massa out. Anybody but Mean Massa. Blue, no matter who. And then we got the first blackish, black vice president, female, black lady. We can't say female because people take offense, even though males and females are. Nah, that's another point. You know, I wanted us to be y'all wanted to convince me. Well, you foolish because what you say don't even matter because you talking about you ain't gonna vote for that. What up? And this is the time, and I saw that, and I knew when I didn't take my black ass to the polls, when I didn't take my booty to the polls, I knew. Oh man, and as many as I told you so moments I get. I didn't want to use it. I'll be lying because I did make a kind of like an I told you so laugh for the chucks and pearlers. I did. I ain't gonna lie. But at this point, do I really, really have to say I told you so? I just beg. I mean, we just kept begging. I said, even if you do eventually pick one of these fuckers, at least come in there with your chest out and be like, what are you doing for black people? Are you going to do anything constructively to improve the situations of black people? Y'all told me, oh, you just sound like you for Trump. Well, didn't know. Well, I guess Trump's, Trump's, matter of fact, Trump's kids went out trying to find out what they could do for the black community to fundamentally make changes in it. They made offers. They made an offer. Joe Biden and Cammy said, "Well, we'd talk after. We'd talk after. It's important. We got to get Mean Massa out. All the y'all black folks. Y'all got to just hold on for a minute. We gonna talk about it." The man wasn't in office a good hot month before he called all the good old bootlicks, all the shines, all the book dancers into a private little meeting and told you, hey, you guys are going to have to learn to work with the Latinas, cause master the master class is we're our birth rate's declining and we're dying out. So okay, y'all got that. Y'all got that. So that's the message that's the message that was given early in. Then during Black History Month, cause you wasn't black. Once again, I say this all the time. You wasn't black unless you voted for Joe Biden. At least that's according to Joe Biden. During Black History Month, did he fight for black people? Do you remember who he fought for during Black History Month? February, the short month of February. Matter of fact, February almost turned into what Black Music Month turned into in June, LGBTQK month. Now this is 3%. Now I'll say that I have friends, and I don't want to sound like the cracker to be like I have black friends, and I have family members, and I have friends who are gay or whatever alternative, like whatever lettering classifications they may fit under. My people don't bother me. I'll fuck you up. You bother any of my people that happen to participate in that sexual choice or classification or gender, however they want to identify with it. My thing with that is that as 3% of the population, or 3% of the voice of the people of America, how can your wants and your needs and your aspirations somehow overstep those of those people that estimated 13 to 14% of the American population, who has had generations and generations of let's for lack of a better term, generations of hell and oppression and brutalized oppression, suppression, social engineering programming, deprivation, abuse. But all of a sudden, oh, that's right. It was somebody else in February that was being taken consideration of and also given money. That's the good old Asian persuasion, folks. How dare y'all how dare Mean Master say Kung Flu? How dare y'all look at the Asian and the Chinese folks negatively in regards to this pandemical virus when, that's not fair. Even if it did come out of China, y'all expect folks like me who think to just sit back and let them people tell me what they think I'm supposed to hear, what they think I'm supposed to know. And then when they convince you to be gullible and to be dumb, gullible and stupid, and while I'm trying to tell you, well, wait a minute, think about this. Let's go logically through this, that, and the third. When I don't let you push that shit off on me, now you want to turn into my enemy. You want to get into your little huddle, your little inbox huddles, your little text conversations that you have amongst yourself that you think I don't know you have. You think I don't know you have. You think I don't know how fucking phony a lot of y'all are that are still on my friends list. Do you really? The ones that you have with me, and then as you find out the things I said, the things you argued with me about, the things that all of a sudden that I'm your enemy over, the things that I can't fuck with Grady no more, something's wrong with him, I think he's losing it. But when the things I say, the things I put on this here app or my social media, whatever, these things come out to be later true. Like, say, for example, well, when I told you that, y'all got this vaccine, and keep it a buck. A lot of y'all got that shit because y'all was tired of wearing the mask and y'all thought y'all could go outside and gallivant and whoop Studies follow the science. I followed the science, and the thing I paid attention to was that the fact that the vaccine didn't cure nothing. All it did was supposed to create a response that would make your your immunity, strengthen your immunity against the spike proteins, help you better fight the virus, blah blah blah. But no, during the rollout, they was talking about, oh, it's gonna stop the transmission, woo woo woo. All the time, Grady wearing his mask, Grady social distancing, Grady social distance still. But when Grady tries to talk to you and tries to tell you, well, you know, I'm hesitant. I really, I just never in all my life and in all my historical reading have ever heard of a disease coming out in less than 65 days. They have a vaccine for that disease, and we're supposed to let a class of people who have a history of being dishonest with us tell us that, duh, you ain't got nothing to worry about. It has X amount of efficacy, or that's the word I'm looking for. Efficacy. It's this much effective, you know. And then you have to ask yourself, is this much effective as what? Because as you see, and as I said before, could it possibly be that, the fact that you guys are not wearing masks and, you're walking around and you're going to your 4th of July barbecues and things of that nature, having a grand old time with your people and all breathing everywhere. Breathing inside, breathing outside, breathing upside, downside. Could that possibly be dangerous? Could it possibly, because like y'all I say this shit so much because this is what the science says. The science says that, you wear your mask in order to protect others around you. Because if you potentially have COVID inside of you, the mask keeps the COVID inside of you. But I'm wearing my mask at work, and I got, these some of these folks stumbling in like zombies because they had the vaccine. They looking sick, going through headaches, and looking crazy about the face, and I'm observing because, like I said, I wanted to wait and I wanted to watch, and I kept hearing, because you had to look, because we're not gonna lie at this point and say that they was trying to downplay the issues that people were having with the vaccine, and I'm amongst the ones who still think that the vaccine killed Hank Aaron. Hey, I think. I'm not stating it as a fact. Fact checkers. But once again, I hope you all enjoy Labor Day. CDC said, unvaccinated folks like myself need to go on, stay home. Which, hey, I was gonna do that anyway. But you vaccinated folks, they told y'all that, hey, you guys go ahead, travel. You go ahead and get with your family. Hey, but listen close. If you inside the house or inside an enclosed area with your people, you make sure you put your mask on, cause you still can catch and you still can pass COVID. Something I said. Don't y'all didn't want to have that discussion then, or if y'all did have a discussion, I was supposed to be the dumbass. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You're anti-vaxxer. You know how y'all when y'all smoke signal for massa. When you call yourself being sassy with me, but you're really just smoke signaling out massa to punish. We need flavor. He doing too much. Massa, come get flavor in line. Man, hey, and for all intents and purposes, hey, the algorithm shut my mouth in a minute. I try to even leave this motherfucker alone and see if I could get an audience on YouTube. And I made a couple of long videos, and somewhat of response. I think I probably really started pushing on this channel this summer, and it went from basically one or two subscribers, and I'm at 79, but most of those came in the beginning. And it's like, okay, and I look at my videos on YouTube and I say, okay, they 6 views, 1, 2, 3 views. And I look at my Facebook feed, my Facebook profile page, followed by 2,000 and something, and 2,000 and something Facebook friends. And, so I say, well, maybe let me try to angle maybe they too long or something. Maybe let me just come and do a quick drop and I won't even talk about politics on the motherfuckers. I just talk about just general stuff, general constructive thoughts and things of that nature, maybe self improve or something that might get you to think about something. And I'll post those, and I'll practically dry beg them off. Just click on it. Just click on it. Let it play. Please just let it play. Let it play so I can see whether I can get this here YouTube to do something. They say, whenever you're trying to start upon a venture, whether it be an economic venture or just something to improve circumstances for people, so on and so forth. They say when you try to do something constructive or something that empowering on your own, and you look for support, the place where you'll find your least support is more often than likely those who claim to be closest to you. I know a whole bunch of y'all. And I'm even call out my B1 circle, my black first circle of friends. I'm not Tyreek. I'm not Professor Black Truth. I'm not Jason Black. I'm not Vicky. I'm not Dr. Boyce Watkins and nobody else like that. But and this is not to hate on those illustrious gentlemen, those skilled and lettered, not some are lettered, those successful self-made men. My point in being is my point that I'm making is that those same men will say, well, all you guys out there listening to us, we need to what's the word I'm looking for, to echo, to amplify the messages that are being made, that we're making, but we can't do all this by ourselves. We need some of you guys to go out there and speak on it as well. So it's not like I haven't been doing it already in written form. And my YouTube channel is probably at least almost 10 years old. And if you go back all the way to the beginning, you'll hear me talking about Hillary and fucking Trump and just all kind of shit from back in the day. But I say that to say this. I'm not the type of person to kiss nobody's ass for support. Never have been, never will. But that's just the way I was trained. That's just the seed. That's just the mama seasoning I got. And really, I guess I guess you could say I don't know if daddies don't season, and my father, he wasn't no motherfucking war cleaver, but he gained me up. I just look at it like this. I can pretty much just scroll down my timeline and just randomly see somebody who's either asked me, okay, like my page, buy my product. Y'all see me take pictures and people's shit, and y'all see me share people's stuff. Y'all don't do that for me. Y'all do it for the little post or whatever, but fuck that. Facebook ain't. I've been doing it. Fuck Facebook, and I'm on Facebook. Facebook ain't paying nobody. It ain't paying me. And I've been on here. If anything, Facebook, I got, and I always talk about this. I got the Real Beauty of Black Relationships page. It's like 30, almost 40,000 people on it. You know, and it's been like that for years. And now it's everybody getting down on the making the money on the internet, this, that, and the third. Well, I mean, I guess people been making money on trying to make money on the internet, but I got this page here, and much like my YouTube, much like this page now, cause I guess so you could say before the Hillary and Trump election, this my page just be popping way more. Both of them, the fan page, the Real Beauty of Black Relations page, and this page. But when it got to the point where they start feeling like, the Russian bots have taken over the black centered thoughts, instead they really thought that back in 2015, 2016, they thought that black people was just so dumb that we had to be told somebody had to be manipulating us to research candidates. So it was like, okay, niggas is not smart enough to be politically educated. It has to be somebody else doing this. It got to be them woke folks. It got to be that woke blacks Facebook friend page, whatever. I mean, this shit. As this shit goes along, and even especially during the Trump presidency, I never said I love Mr. Charlie. I never got on my knees for Mr. Charlie. I never buck danced for Mr. Charlie at all. My focus always stayed on black empowerment. If anything that any of these politicians did, I proceed to be for black empowerment, which I, which I mean, that would be a hard interpretation for any of them, or anything that I seen that seemed construct that I seen that seemed destructively against black empowerment. I spoke out about it, but just the mere fact that I came to the epiphany that I couldn't stand Obama. I came to the epiphany that, well, I knew Hillary wasn't shit. I knew Hillary wasn't shit, since Haiti and Bill and his folks went down there and raided Haiti, you know, and also, but I, where am I? Where am I? Okay, Clinton. I knew things were going in a crazy direction then, but then what they did was they threw up Black Lives Matter. They gave y'all a hashtag. They get and I guess that was then they mixed it in with everybody take a knee for the NFL, and then they mixed in what else they throw in with that shit. What else they throw in to keep they had it because really they put all these things out. Me too. All they threw out these things all came together to create what the great bar teacher, we can't, he doesn't like you to call him doctor because there's one, the great scholar Nearly Fuller Jr. describes in his compensatory code, confusion. All this confusion, so all of us are I guess all of us weren't confused, but a whole bunch of us arguing with the confused, or confused arguing with other confused people. Meanwhile, all kind of nefarious things are happening behind our backs. Thank you, Shalice. Thank you. And I'm gonna tell you like that. Yeah, I had to put on my glasses to see my comment because You know, even though I'm not washed up like some of y'all niggas or some of y'all old ladies' husbands or mans or whatever. You know, even though I am a little scruffy, you know, and you may prefer play with the fade and all that, but even though even though I wanna I'ma hold this. I'ma hold that. But yeah, I appreciate folks like Shalice because their support is genuine. Their support is not necessarily on the front page on my profile. You know, I know Shalice in real life. Shalice, when I was when I was the quiet, you know, and even people knew I was quiet, even in high school, elementary school. When I was a quiet scholar at the academic institution of Fisk University, she always spoke. And you know, she always had words for me, even though you know she's upperclassman. You know, the Delta girl. You know, the folks with status on the yard. You know, she still could see the spirit of a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's my problem with some of y'all, man. Y'all act like y'all don't know what's in me. Y'all act like, and I'm gonna go even all the way back to them wonderful rolling hills and beautiful green lush mountains of not my birthplace, but my place of growing and developing. West McDowell County, by golly, West Virginia, the patch. I mean, a lot of y'all probably know me more than anybody on this web. You know me longer than anybody on this web. And I can't even, you know, and it would seem like the abundance of my hometown friends that I have, something as simple as click and subscribe. Just go into the Niger Room page and click and subscribe. So I can build my numbers up. It's up to me to make the type of shit that people want to listen to so I can get my 4,000 hours. But damn, I know 1,000 people in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's on this page. And I can't get no more than 79 of y'all to fuck with me. Really? That's some fake ass shit for real. A lot of y'all is fake as fuck, man. I'm dead serious. You know. And then it come down to I wanted to wear the vaccine. Some of y'all whole ass niggas was talking about, oh, you know, damn near telling me, oh nigga, I hope you get the fucking shit and die. Just cause the overseers telling us we got to do it will make you special, boy. You got to do what the master tell us to do too. Has a master ever told you to think? Has the master ever told you to be cautious? Has the master ever given you anything for free that's supposed to constructively make a change and make you into a better class of people? Tell me when and tell me how. But I digress, and I really appreciate, I really appreciate you, Shalice, for coming on here and hollering at me. Oh, and there go the bishop. There go the mother. I ain't never lay hands or bare eyes on Bishop Orissa B. But that's my sister, man. That's my people. Y'all, a lot of y'all talk about the reminisce about the days of when we had Black Wall Street. We was some special. I share posts about her. She lives right smack dab in the motherfucking Greenwood district, telling us about and post about how them hunkies be doing in Tulsa, and how they run black business out the Greenwood district. A generational a hairdresser. Her family had a style, had a I don't know, beauty shop. They had a beauty shop right on in Black Wall Street, historical Greenwood district. Instead of having nationwide, I shared a post about how she was fighting to keep her shop. She had to go to court, to try to keep her shop. You know, a conversation that should have went nationwide, considering that your congressional black talkers, chronologists, CBC fuckers went down there and they was just dancing away. Ooh, Juneteenth, yeah, 100-year celebration. What they don't talk about it now. People, the souls, the shells of the souls of the people that were hidden for decades, almost 100 years, are now being dug up. Cause them folks, they hid them. They hid them because they say, well, we can do what we want to. These are smear color folks. We didn't burnt down their shit. We didn't took whatever we can take from them. And if they didn't like it, we gonna kill them. And we'd dig a big ass hole and dump them in them. And they gone. We ain't got to worry about them no more. Ain't nobody gonna ever dig them up. But this Vanessa Harper and government Christy Williams, they went and tried to they bully pulpits and went into the lion's den and risked they life and limb to stand up for them people and to get them people and had that research done to get them people dug up and try to investigate. But what makes it so bad, and it's not being discussed, them people allowed, because under the system of white supremacy, a prisoner can only get permission. A prisoner cannot make any choices, empowered choices. Even after they were allowed to because you had to imagine that they thought they wasn't gonna find nothing. Even if they found something, instead of them doing instead of letting them people in Greenwood do a full investigation into what happened to the people, how they died, whatever. They want to immediately have a ceremony where they put them back in the ground. Critical race theory. That's your critical race theory right there. Look over here. Why we do this over here? Get in. I don't know. I'm just a no-tip misogynoir, woke, no-tip black misogynoir on here, who needs a little shave. He don't like the Democrats like he's supposed to, and he won't fall in line, and he won't just go along to get along. Shout out to Kwame Brown, because we knew about the get along before the mama's cooking even started popping. We called them bootlicks and goons and things of that nature. But yeah, I thank you all. Anybody who goes on my page and spends a couple of minutes just to check out and see what old Flav yapping about. And and maybe perchance click a like on there, because the like clicks and the shares and the subscriptions, that's what matters. That's what puts me in a position to be seen by others. If you don't like the shit, at least go on there. If you give a fuck about me, you know what I'm saying? If you give a fuck about, because even though I want to see my people successful. If you give a fuck about me and even see me get a modicum of success, wouldn't it be nice if you could just this? Eh, like, like, share. Just that for me, you know. And if somebody, if what I share, and if somebody gets on your page talking about they don't like what I said and whatever, tag me. Send me a DM like you send your buddies when you want to talk about me and you can't talk about me online. Send me a DM and I'll come on there and address what I say because I said it. Keep it a fucking buck. I don't like for most of my time I'm spent by myself. A lot of y'all know. Even growing up as a kid, I used to be that motherfucker rapping. You know, y'all think I'm talking to myself. I'm either singing to myself, walking, or rapping or whatever to myself. You know, when I used to walk to town, in the town of Kimball, in this small little town of Kimball. You know, and even when I was at Fitz, you know, I might have had one or two people around me, but most of the time, y'all might see me up underneath the. You know, because I was attending, I was attending big. That's probably why I'm pretty much abstinent now because I did a lot of fucking when I was younger. That's why I guess I could say that's what really astounds me about the fascination with the ass eating, and you know how everybody's just like ooh they're clutching their pearls because tricky he likes to get his ass eaten with his baby. We gotta be serious, black people. We have to be serious about these things. That's what the man Nelly Fuller say. You know and the things that we focus on, like he says, are the three T's: techie, trashy, or terroristic. We running out of time, and not just us shells of humans that are living. Just as a group, we got to do something, you know. Why can't we, why we losing track of the old ways. You know, if it get to a point where they cut off your little food stamps or cut off your HUD loans, or not loans, but the fucking shit where they give you Section 8 to make your rent low. They cut all that shit off, and then we ain't gonna just stick with the poor pick a pole folk. We go with the working people. They steadily first kind of massa. You know, when they was running for office, because they was trying to mollywop a little votes or whatever. They was like we immigrant friendly, we get friendly. But then when all them folks started rushing over in the pandemic. No, them folks from below the border was bringing the COVID. When they started rushing over here, it got too thick for them. You know, all that Trump, mean massa put them in cages. They had to remember, well, hell, we put them in cages too, and we got to put them folks back in cages again. Otherwise, it's gonna be chaos. And then you got Camp Command me up there talking to the people like she talking to a nigga with they got a premature ejaculation problem. You're talking to the immigrants like don't come, but they're here. And then okay, we spent trillions and trillions of dollars over in Afghanistan. You know, if you see something, say something. If you're not first, then you're against us. Isn't that what W say? We spent all that money over there. The money that could have been constructively building back up the communities through the war on drugs and this, that, and the third, and the remnants of chattel slavery and Jim Crow. All those trillions of dollars could have been spent to fundamentally change America. Now we have Afghanistan's coming over here. But they tell you that there's no opportunity. Now what all this is going to do for you, for us, is wide in the buffer class because you got Mr. Charlie here. Well, yeah, we take Mr. Charlie all off the screen, and then you got us here. You go all the other side of the screen, but you got Asians, you got Mexicans, you got Afghanistans, you got Middle Easterners, you got whatever, you got flying purple people eaters in the middle in there. Now you slide in some Afghanistans. They're not going behind. They're not going behind us. Where you think they're going? Anybody know? Where do you think them at? Where do you think they gonna put them Afghanistan people in regards to being regarded? In regards to being regarded by the good old Uncle Sam. How you think Uncle Sam gonna regard them Afghanistanis versus they regard the colors, the people of colors, the Negro class of America? How you think they gonna treat them as opposed to they've been treating us? The same way they treated the Asians with the Stop Asian Hate. The same way they treated them handful of alabaster LGBTQ folks who tried to compare their struggle and could try to compare say that us black folks is xenophobic and homophobic. Man, I don't know about where y'all about the life y'all done live, but a lot of the homosexual men and the homosexual women I knew and know can throw hands. A lot of them motherfuckers been to prison. So ain't nobody running up on a lot of them niggas, cause hell, think about it. Think about you get your ass mollywhopped by a motherfucker that's wearing nail polish and talking like Miss Becky. You'll be ready to kill him. But then I guess that's part of the thing too. So, they say this to stop the lynching, the anti-lynching law. They passed anti-lynching law because you think about it, your guy Jussie Smollett. That's why he showed up talking about he was going to get Subway in sub-zero weather with a fucking rope around his neck, put on his neck by some goddamn Africans. Because Jussie, he's an alternative lifestyle. And even though when he tried to play the double minority game to try to get the law passed. And then the scam came out, and then you had the Kim Foxes and, the people associated with the Obamas trying to figure out some way to get this fool out of trouble for trying to run a caper. I don't know. I appreciate y'all. I see 5 people out there, and I sincerely hope that the audience grows bigger, because I'm getting more and more free. I would hope that someone notices. I'm getting a little bit more free, a little bit. Ain't no more because I used to struggle, but now I'm more like of a fuckless I no give at this point. Because I tried. I really tried. I tried to see. My people couldn't. It's not possible. My people really cannot be this unsupportive. It's impossible. Unfortunately, it's quite possible. And I don't expect the shame. I don't even use them fuck terms like that. I don't expect to try to call nobody out and manipulate them into doing what the fuck I expected them to do naturally. I just got to get it off my chest so I can walk. You did? Yeah. Doc Flav, Mr. Flav, Dr. Flavorian, Mr. Flavorian, Flavius Niger, all iterations of Grady Purdue that you've known throughout your life. Thank you. I'm about to go make my dinner. I was going to sit on here and drink liquor and smoke my little piece of reefer stick that I had rolled up and smoked half before I went in to work today earlier. But I guess I got carried away in the conversation. I got me a new strain. I got me two new strains. You know, they not brand new, but you know, two new strains of marijuana. That's a motherfucking motorcycle, by the way. I live in the building right by the street, but yeah, I got me two new strains. It's mimosa cookies. I don't know if y'all can see that title, but and I really, if I open it up, I could open it up and let y'all see the purpleness in there and all that good stuff. And I also have some shit called biscotti. Now I had a biscotti before. Biscotti tastes so delicious, so delicious. It's legal to smoke marijuana in Illinois, and me utilizing substances such as weed and alcohol does not take anything from my ability to stand up and fight for my people. A lot of y'all, we ain't out in the street, we ain't warring like that. Y'all, a lot of folks can't even get to the intellectual war, let alone to the physical war. You got to start when the war started in your man. You got to determine who your enemy is. A lot of y'all don't even really know who your fucking enemy is, because a lot of y'all was thinking your enemy was me. Nevertheless, your friend Lave, peace and love. About to get on up out of here. Try to roast me up something to eat. Y'all take care. Y'all take care now. Holla.